ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। In the last class we were discussing that aham karta iti, that I am the doer, and that is nothing but called Visham. So ahankara eva Visham. Why? Because aham karta iti bhrantihi, the delusion that I have about myself, that I am doer. So this delusion is like I am being bitten by a big poisonous snake, and the impact of the poison will continue, and I need continuous medicine, and that aushadham, the medicine, is just opposite of that. Naham karta, I am not doer. And not only in ordinary way, it should be vishwasa, drudha vishwasa, which again in the next verse was highlighted. We need to have this bodham, that which is nischaya vahina. And when we have this nischaya vahina, visuddha buddha, which is uncontaminated knowledge with firm conviction, then only that will start burning away prajvalya. That will start, or that will burn what? Ajnana gahanam iti. So ajnana gahanam, the forest of ignorance. Then only the person will be free from bita shoka, free from shoka, from whom shoka has gone away, free from sorrow ityartha. Then once this is gone, then what happens? Sukhi bhava. Be happy. That's why we say, to be happy, I don't have to do anything. But to become unhappy, I have to do something. But nowadays, to become happy, people do everything. And to become unhappy, they do nothing. Can you see the difference? This is called ajnana. In reality, to be happy, I don't have to do anything. Whereas, to become unhappy, I have to do something. If nothing, I have to fight with my, people, with my neighbor. If nothing, fight with myself, my past or future. Whereas present day, people think oppositely. To become happy, I have to do many things. That's why the more you do, more you become unhappy. And to become unhappy, they don't have to do anything, just sit down. Can you see the difference now? However, here, if this is the case, that's why sometimes you have to allow the mind to settle and not to become restless. I'll give you a beautiful example. This is what common example we give. Once a king was passing by after conquering a state, and found out a hermitage, saw some kutiyas of sadhus. So he thought, why not to go there and have some thing to eat or drink. So as the king approached, and the master of that ashram said, oh, you are most welcome, and I'm very happy that I could see that you must have worn your faces. Yes, but we are so thirsty, will you give some water? I'm sorry, yes, we'll do that, but we don't have any water here. But however, I will send my disciple to get it. Then the king, being proud, why disciple, don't worry, I have big group, they will go and bring because we need more water. Guru says, no, my disciple will do the job. No, don't worry, he can come, he can join, but these people will join. Fine. So all of them went to fetch water. Meanwhile, the king started discussing with the master, because that was his purpose, okay? Look, just now I won. It was a long desire to achieve. Now I achieved, but I am not happy. Till I didn't win, I was thinking that by winning I'll be happy. Now I have achieved, but as externally I am thirsty, now internally also I am thirsty. Then I thought to spend some time with you, that's why I asked all the group to go away. The Guru smiled. As he wanted to say something, could hear some sound, then the king stopped. No, they have come. Because he doesn't want to express his weakness, okay? This is the problem with arrogant people. They are so fragile, they are so weak, they are so inferior. They never express, because they think by expressing I'll become small in front of others. But their behavior proves that they are small. You understand? That's why they not only complicate their life, they also complicate the situation. Sometimes what is wrong in expressing who you are? How long can you avoid? How long can you tell a lie to yourself? And the sad part of life is, I'm taking little diversion, that when you start telling lies, you finally do not know what is truth and what is lie. However, then hearing the sound, the king became, normal, because doesn't want to express anything. And all the group came back, including the disciple. There is no water. The Guru asked, what happened? Because the moment we started getting some water, it was muddy water, because complaint came all the soldiers. It's muddy water, how can one drink, and especially our king? Then again, the Guru said, maybe once more you go. Then again, all the soldiers said, no, we want to join. No, let him go and get it. So with great reluctance, The king allowed him to go, and the disciple got back water, clear water. Now the king asked, what happened? Last time you all went, did not get. Now you got crystal clear water. That time the Guru smiled and said, look, as it is a spring water flowing, all of your shoulders must have gone in the upper portion of the river, of the spring, and must have made the water dirty. And trying to collect that water. Whereas my disciple knows, waited for some time, let the water settle, then carefully collected water. So also mind. So when the source, the upfront is contaminated, so what is your source? Your upfront, especially your near future. When it is contaminated by your insecurity, then will you become happy in your life? That's why here being highlighted that be free from shokam, sorrow, then automatically you are happy. Continuing. Yatra vishwamidam bhati kalpitam raju sarpavat ananda paramananda sabodhastam sukham bhava. So he just changes the word sukham bhava. Some places I saw also sukhi bhava. Both are there. Both way we can take it, no problem. So he says, look, now in this verse, both, because this is continuing, this adhyaropa apavada is continuing, the prakriya. Here, Astavakra, how the whole universe, entire universe is a kalpitam, being explained through Raju Sarpa Nyaya. Atra Astavakra Vishwasya Kalpitatvam Raju Sarpa Nyayana Darshayati iti. Now the question comes, how is it? So he says, look, yatra vishwam bhrantya bhati tatra atmabodha eva paramananda. If you want to look at the verse wise, you can see yatra, because first from poetry bring to prose form. Yatra idam vishwam raju sarpavat kalpitam bhati tatra tum sabodha ananda iti paramananda sukham bhava. Means wherever, yatra means wherever, where ityartha, wherever, what you see. So there is something, vishwam kalpitam bhati. So this universe appears as imagined. So the universe that you see is your imagination. Now tell me, your house, is it your house or your imagined house? Forget that. relationship. The relationship, is it your relationship or imagined relationship? I hope that is clear. I don't have to give further, okay? That's why you say, oh, I am being cheated. I am being betrayed. I can't accept. I cannot tolerate. This should not have happened to me. What did I do? So why do you say? So is the relationship was real or it was your imagination? It is completely psychological investment. Do you agree or not? All relationship is psychological investment. As long as you reap your investment, that long relationship continues. And if you don't reap, or there is no hope to reap, will you invest? So if you are smart enough, you will withdraw slowly. If you are stupid enough, you will ask return back. You understand? This is the truth. This is the reality. So if anything and everything is your imagination, psychologically, I am just looking at. And earlier, at least, you didn't have that much opportunity to imagine. Nowadays, imagination is much more higher and sophisticated. Because everything is digital. So earlier, if you want to sell something or buy something, you have to give something physically. Exchange, barter system. Now what? Go to computer. Only zeros gets transferred, okay? And finally remains zero. And you are also hero or zero. So how this world is nothing but imagination, your personal world, also imaginary world. And Shastra highlights anything and everything is imagination, adhyasa iti. And how he gives Raju Sarpavat. This is the example. This is the Nyaya. Raju Sarpanyaya iti. So what is Raju Sarpanyaya? Now you have the knowledge of snake. Not only you have knowledge of snake, you also have been affected by snake. Knowledge is not enough. Either directly you have been affected or psychologically you have been affected. Some neighbor or somebody, a relative, somebody might have been beaten up by a snake. Now, when you have gone through this, and this is the background of you, now you see a snake in a twilight zone, visible, not visible. Now what will happen? And especially you step on it. And what? A rope in reality, and soft rope. Especially the rope made up of straw. Very nice actually. This is what in our childhood we have seen it. You know, like this thick, also much more long. The moment you step, very soft, and also the sound will come. Some changes also will happen. You will feel it is alive. So you start jumping. Then you will come to conclusion, not only I see there is a snake, also I stepped on it. I felt. It is my experience, okay? I saw Also my skin has touched. It's a direct experience. Then you call everybody. Of course, you will not be in the front, you will be behind, okay? Because if you are front, you can take care of then and there. Calling everybody, you go to back. So let everybody start killing the snake so that you can watch. Not that you are that smart. If you are that smart, you will not do that. Then what happens? When people come, start hitting, like you also. Then, finally what will happen? They discover it is not a snake, it is indeed a rope. Now all the imagination of a snake, all sort of planning regarding snake, where did it go? What happened? If you look at that, our life is exactly like that. And the best example would be just talk to any dying person. That's why the story goes. How far it is true, I don't give that much credit, but popular story goes, the great Alexander, there was nothing, nobody was called Alexander, for your kind information. They created the story. The whole line was being created. There was nobody called Alexander. So there is a lot of controversy going on now. Okay, let us go with the popular version. The great Alexander had a wish that before dying, he made this wish that when I will be carried, make sure my both hands are out of the coffin. And let people know that the great Alexander conquered anything and everything, but while leaving this earth, could not even carry a single thing. Because my question is, if such a enlightened person will not do whatever damage he did, okay, that's why it's self-contradiction. So that's why I said it is an imaginary person. However, this is an inspiring story. Let us talk, nothing wrong in it, okay? That's why know the truth and talk. So this sort of story can be spoken to the children, not to the Vedanta class. And if you talk in Vedanta class, you have to be very clear. It's not I am critical of anybody. This is called teaching. Okay, or else you will sleep, okay? If I do not talk stories, so you will sleep. Okay, you will start owning, you will do everything, okay? However, that's why what is to be done? Kalpitam Raju Sarpavat. And interestingly he says, look, Tatra, there, Tvam Sabodha. The knowledge that you gain there, Ananda. Ananda means the happiness that comes out of Atma Bodha, out of one's own self, out of understanding of one's own self, is indeed Paramananda. Is the absolute happiness. So understanding that me as everything, Atma as Paramatma, Ananda as Paramananda, so that I don't give a chance for my imagination to take over. And if my imagination does not work, what happens? I am distracted. I am disoriented. Let me not get into psychological point, then I'll end up in some other place, okay? Then once that happens, what happens? Sukham bhava or sukhi bhava. Be happy. Continuing. Mukta bhimani muktohi baddho baddhabhimanyapi kim vadantiha satyam यामति सागतिर्भवेत्. It's a beautiful concept here comes. Mati Gatiti. So when you say Mati Gatiti, the way you think, accordingly, not only you behave, you are that. In fact, to understand a person, understand thinking of the person. And to understand thinking of a person, observe any work of a person. Just one work, enough. It's exactly like all ladies, you people are capable of knowing this trick. In India, when they cook rice, you don't, taste all rice. Or in Italy, pasta, they don't take all the pasta. One pasta they will pick up. Okay, ready or not ready. Or it will take another 5 minutes. So you do not pick up each pasta or each rice grain. So how you do that? Same thing also. In fact, it was this tradition all over the world, especially in marriage. We used to say, for marriage, both boy and girl should not see each other and should not involve in decision. Because it should be done by others. Why? Because other will be what? Observing without any subjectivity. Unless they want to take revenge on you, okay? Some relatives, they do it, okay? I have noticed, you also seen that. They want to score and it's the right time to take it, revenge. That's why what we do is make sure there is one or two known people should be there, okay? To support, to get the internal report. And what we do, this is my personal observation. Whether it's boy or girl, makes no difference. We just observe how the person walks, how the person dresses, whether watch is right hand or left hand nowadays, okay? All the right hand, a big watch nowadays, okay? Especially ladies. So all these matters. How you dress, how you walk, how you sit down, how you get up. You can observe yourself. When you met your wife or husband first time, if you recollect that properly, now look at the person now. Try to map. Everything that you see in the person must have been visible during that time. Only problem is you did not notice. Now also you don't notice, okay? It's another level, okay? So how this happens? Here he uses this word. Each one is having abhimana. Especially starting with deha abhimana. I am body. That's why I say, especially when in marriage cases, if the boy or girl is having some abhimana, I have studied, or my family this, that, or I am looking beautiful or handsome. So all this abhimana will be reflected in action. So you have to be smart enough to catch those points. Now he says, look, as abhimana plays the role in life. And whatever abhiman you have, based on that, you create your life. In fact, your life is completely around your abhimanam. Do you agree or not? So if your life is your abhimanam, then he says, look, why don't you use abhiman in a proper way? So you have main abhiman is what? Baddha abhimanam. So that means what? You have abhimana with reference to bondage. So how to bind others? How to control others? I want to control everybody. So everybody must listen to me. If I don't have a role to play, who am I? Hey, don't worry, when you die, everybody will celebrate except you, okay? Forget dying, the moment you go to hospital, okay? People will pray, when this fellow is going to die? So one problem less. I have seen this example. With this, I'll stop it. My example, okay? In Chennai, when I was there, so some of my boys, okay? I went out and I forgot the phone to carry. So that was my serious mistake in my life. So in within 3 minutes from the main gate, that road entrance, I came back. So when I came back, door is open. So all my boys are dancing, celebrating my departure. I am not telling you jokes. I did not feel like going to get my phone. I asked them from outside, will you please get the phone that is on the table? Okay, they were embarrassed, of course. They never expected. And the moment they got my phone, I told them, tonight I am not coming, okay? Do whatever you want, because you need freedom. So what I am highlighting here is, we have abhimanam to control and in return to be controlled. To bind, to be bound. To suffer, to be suffered. To create pain, to get pain. To confuse, to get confused. All these things put together called Baddha Abhimana. Then what will be result? You know, you will be Baddha, you will be bound. So why don't you change? Mukta Abhimani Mukta Bhavati. Whereas if your Abhimanam is related to Mukta, to be free, who can bind you? But do you have Abhimanam for Mukta to be free? No. I want freedom in the name of escaping. I want relief, not freedom. So we all want relief, not freedom. Can you see the difference? So we all want to have relief. Then what will happen? He says, look, Yamati Sagati Hiti. The way you think, that is what is your destination. This is Satyam. Satyayam iti. This is the truth. This is a beautiful statement. किं वदन्ति यः सत्ययं या मतिः सा गतिर्भवेति इति. या मति सा गति satyayam. You can take this line. So whatever is your mati, way of thinking, that is what is your destination. In short, you create your destination, we will say. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.